Today, tnaz and I make a working vehicle in Minecraft, so sit tight and prepare to watch. Also, if you're not subbed already and you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you always can change your mind. Anyway, enjoy the video.
So, today we'll be making a little flying vehicle. You can make it, it's kind of like a bus, I guess. Could hold multiple people, you'd say,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
shouldn't we
Just start making.
get to building it? So, first
Yes.
off, you should probably start with getting the materials. Sticky piston, observers, slime, and honey, which we'll use to just make the little bus thing.
Honey,
Obsidian, of course, to make sure it doesn't run away from us. Fly away, I guess I should
obsidian,
say.
key
Oh, that rhymed.
piston.
And,
Wow.
just for the redstone after, guess I'll just get a lever, redstone dust,
Upper,
torch, and maybe even a redstone block.
concrete.
Oh
Concrete. Of
yeah, of course.
course, concrete.
You need to have a
Don't
basic
forget
building material.
minecart. I'll explain later. Rail, also explain later, and we'll get into it. No matter what you guys do, never build this operation straight on the ground. It will break.
Yeah, and that's because the slime will stick to the ground and it won't be able to move. Now,
Okay,
it
so
won't be able to move because of the way it's because it's not like a feature that it can't move, but it's a feature that there's a maximum amount of blocks that can be moved.
how high
Because
you want
if
off?
if you were just trying to move slime blocks on the ground, then you'd be trying to push the entire ground, which doesn't exactly work.
How high you want it?
Uh, let's let's give us a little bit of freedom. Maybe maybe this high. It's nice to build it a little bit higher up so that we can have the
So
proper
you start
platforms
with
below.
2 slime blocks, and then you can go ahead and place your observer here and a sticky piston. Select this, make sure the sticky piston is facing outwards, and on the sticky piston you place another 2 slime, and repeat
Yeah.
the process on the other side. This is the simple mechanism. Let's just go ahead and make
Yeah.
a wall, and we'll test it for you guys to prove that it actually works.
And
Okay, start it.
not too hard from here. It just moves. And it's also bidirectional. It can go both ways. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Now we can modify it and make it a little bit more cool. Let's say you want to add some walls to it. Sure, you can.
This is obligatory. You cannot remove the slime here. These slime blocks won't be connected and
Yeah.
won't move. You can put it here, however, but for our
Yeah.
case, we'll put it there.
That
And to make it look like a bus, we'll just repeat the process with honey blocks on top.
Yeah.
It's important that it is honey blocks because slime blocks will connect and the block limit will overlap. If you want a more complex system and you want nicer walls, you probably have to make the system sideways as well and make 4 systems, 1 for each side. Our case, we'll make it simple and only have 2.
Yeah.
So you don't care how it looks. There you go.
This is already
Simple.
good enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's the problem. By activating it, they're separate.
Yeah.
We need a starting technique that will activate.
Oh, just close. And you can't forget that it'll run away from you. It only stops when it only stops from more of a solid block like obsidian, or oddly enough, an activated piston,
There.
or other mechanisms
Okay.
involving like,
We're back
activations
now.
and stuff.
I'll just. So this is shaft 1. So the starting system can be super complicated or super simple depending how you do it.
Yeah.
I just realized we probably should have built this a bit differently for a good way to keep in mind. Doesn't really matter how you place the top parts, but it kind of is nice if you have them all the observers on top of each other, so
Yeah.
they're aligned, and it's easy for later.
So what that does is it makes it easier to work with. So now that they're on both the same side, you could push, let's say, a few blocks with slime blocks attached to them to activate both of them at the same time.
Okay, start building the starting system. I'll go ahead with the seating system. Okay, so for the seating system, simple. Block, rail, minecart, break. You could place a rail on the slime, but that you want consistent look to your chairs, and you cannot place rails on honey. So okay, starting system. Yes, like you said, it can be
Super
super
easy.
simple. There's of course different ways to do it. If you want a nice one, or if you want it super like mega simple, you could always have two pistons here in the middle, a button, and that push into both.
This is about all you'd need.
This looks a lot better. Okay, let's start it.
Yeah. So it
Look at
extends
that.
and activates both of the observers at the same time.
Look at that. Beautiful. Okay.
That's about it. So right here we have a wall, but that's already blocking our observer. So what we can do to prevent the bottom path from moving is placing obsidian on the other side. So now it can't move. So we can safely remove the obsidian without it activating the entire contraption.
This is simple. This is your basic vehicle. But for today's, if you guys, this is what you wanted, go ahead and build that. Enjoy. But tnaz going to continue, and we're going to make it into a train/tramway thing. It's going to be much more interesting. We're pretty much making a double vehicle now, 2 shafts, suitable for more people in it. You want the minecart on the slime block or honey, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. And to accommodate with that a longer vehicle length, I'll just build this station a little bit further away.
Okay. I'll duplicate this. However, I'm going to start with honey block bottom. So if they do come in contact, they won't stick.
Of course, if you don't activate the top and bottom half at the same time, the top half will stick to the bottom half of the second train. So you still have to watch out for that.
Mm-hmm. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
I didn't.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
It's all
I
good.
didn't. Oh, wait, I did. Okay.
What were you thinking right there?
I don't know. I thought I placed it on the wrong side.
Interesting.
This is on here.
Okay, you can place the rest. I'll finish the basic station setup.
Yeah. So we place the observer. This is the output of the observer. Make sure it's facing the pistons. Forgot to show that. The arrow on top can help you. Let's place the other observer. And the other piston. Like that. We have 2 shafts now. That's nice. I'll make the inner walls. By having 2 shafts, we come with another problem. And that is as simple as 1, 2, 3. The problem is that now if you start this, yeah, sure, you'll think it'll come and connect to these ones, and this will start as well. The problem with that is it loses its bidirectionalness, because once it reaches the end, it can't go anymore because they're connected. So
yeah. And remember, if you'd have to activate them both at the same time, and of course, there could be a problem with it being out of sync. Try to avoid that. So the reason we'd have to activate them both at the same time is so that they don't hit each other and then stick and then everything goes wrong. And also, another thing that could happen is that the observers detect the other observer and then they kind of bounce on each other. Where let's say this one on the left goes to the left and this one on the right goes to the right.
you don't want that. So
No.
what we can do is a sticky piston extender and mover? I don't know. tnaz is
Yeah.
built.
So I'll
Fuels.
just move it over to the station quickly.
Okay.
So right here, it's okay to move them separately, but usually you should try to avoid that
I'll
because
make sure.
there's potential that it may mess up
Okay,
some
you can
things.
move to the next one.
Yeah, and we're keeping a 2 block distance so that the observers don't share the same block.
And plus 6 meters coronavirus. Each block is 3 meters.
2 meters, actually, 6 feet.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah, like you said, 6 feet. That's what I meant.
Yeah, and two
Yeah,
meters is
each
exactly
box.
6 feet, or roughly.
Yeah,
No, roughly, not exactly. I'm
roughly.
wrong.
No, but I believe each block is 3 feet. Each like
About.
just
Just
let's start
about.
with the system. Start system. Okay. So get to redstone.
So yeah, the concept of this system is, I mean, not too difficult. It's the way that you actually accomplish it
Build
that
it.
could be hard. So what we want to do is activate this observer and the one on the top without without it sticking to without the block here sticking to these other carriages once they get moving. So what we could do is have a block activate it, and then we pull it down so that it won't stick to any of the honey or slime on the top. Now to do that, we're going to have to take pistons and move it around a lot. And of course, we should probably start off with this block on the right so that the observer can detect that change. Oh,
Okay, let's get started.
actually, I just came up with an even better idea.
You just pull it down and up.
You just pull it down and up.
Okay.
Oh, that makes the build a lot easier.
Yeah. Okay, just reset it now. So just
So,
make it simple and have it just come down like that. Super simple.
super simple. Now to do that, we're going to use something called a double piston extender, and particularly a vertical one this time. So, what could we do? So what we want these pistons to do is the first one to activate, and then the second one to also activate.
And then by them contraption.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoops.
Yeah, and then we want it to bring it down, and then
I messed.
no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh. Okay.
So we push. So in the initial sequence, we activate
Wait.
both. We activate the one on the bottom,
Pause,
then the runner here.
So yeah, double piston. The reason you need 2 pistons is because yes, you can do it with 1. This honey here will come and take the block away, and that's not what we want. So make sure it's 2.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
So.
Redstone master, we can do this.
And then the deactivation sequence is also kind of easy. Deactivate the first, deactivate the second, but oh look, we have the one in the middle still. We have to activate it, then deactivate it, and it's all down.
So this will be done with repeaters.
So yeah, the repeaters could add a delay so that we get the perfect timings. And also we don't want the delay to be too long so that this first carriage has a time to get going and without touching this block. We have to do this all super fast so that they can both activate at the same time and maintain a 2 block distance between them. It's a train, after all.
Yeah.
It's not 2. It's only
Let's
1.
Start.
Yeah. So, starting off.
I'll recopy everything you do, so just...
Yeah. So, starting off, we could just do something pretty simple. The first one, we'll just feed in a redstone signal with a delay of let's see. How about let's try out 2 this time. And then on the third block, which we wanted to have before, let's put a signal of 1. Well, a delay of 0 actually. Now, what this will do is activate the first one first, and also deactivate it first. So, oops, I've messed up the order at which you do this. Okay, so the one on the bottom has 0 delay, and the one on the top right here has a little bit of a delay. Let's try 2. So what this does, activates the first, activates the second, and it goes all the way up. So, now we need to deactivate it. Well, just flick the lever. No, not exactly. We need to find a way to enable the bottom piston again, and then the second.
Yes.
So to do that, we can, for the first one, it's extremely simple.
Observer.
You don't even need any observers. What you
No?
what you could do is just add a repeater, so that there's a 4-tick delay, which it takes to deactivate.
Let's try it out.
So what this does, whoa, what the heck just happened there?
That was really cool.
That was a bug, but for some reason it just made everything work. Okay, so what this has done here is it brings it down and deactivates it just in time for this piston to retract, because you can't push a piston or pull it if it's activated. And
like I just did.
Yeah.
You have your beautiful observer right here.
Yeah. And also remember, it's also very important to know that the red dot represents where the redstone is coming out. So we want to flip it around and also put it in this position right here, so that the eyes see the change of the redstone right here.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to move the repeater back here so that I can use the same 4-tick delay on this observer right here. I'm going to move it back down, reset it, and that's our double piston extender.
Yep. And now you can just make this however you want for the solar system. And we're just going to take this, copy on top, and we'll be back. We're back. So this works, and it's a bit different. So
that's because of the weird physics of redstone from above.
Exactly. But here you put this on 3 ticks instead of 4. 1-tick repeater here, and 1-tick repeater here. If you don't have this,
I'm always
it
like,
will not activate this piston here, and it will not retract the block. So kind of important. Look at that! We did it! So this starts perfectly now, and now we just have to connect it to the rear end for that to start at the same time as this. Okay, so yeah, you guys can ignore that minor glitch right there. So we come up here, we got our beautiful new setup. We put this as 3 ticks. We made a problem we had. We actually raised this up by 1 because it was interacting with this piston here.
Yeah, that's
Java
due to
glitch.
like bud interactions and weird
Another thing we
stuff like
did,
that.
we put a piston here, leaving this at 3 ticks. So this goes into this piston here, and that's it. So we'll try it out. Whoa. Okay, you ready?
Everything's not attached
Well,
exactly. Here,
oh wait,
you want
yeah.
the full scale test? Let's see.
Ready?
This is it. It worked!
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh shoot.
You don't
Okay, ready?
always get a moment like that.
Place it fast. Place it.
I only got one. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Oh,
At least we got this one working.
hey, that's it for you guys. You guys could place 2 concrete. We've got to do that before we send it off, so that this doesn't happen. Anyway, that's it for today's video. See you guys next time.